Hey guys, so we had a bit of an interesting reveal over the weekend at the latest Power Morphicon convention, and that is, of course, as far as the toy world goes, the reveal of the first Power Ranger figure from Hasbro. So I figured I'd take a minute and just sort of talk about my thoughts on this particular figure, as well as kind of what I hope that we're going to see with this line, because while I don't feature a great deal of Power Ranger stuff on the channel, I'm a humongous Power Ranger fan. There is just, honestly, for me, no quality toys out right now. Nothing that I truly want to spend my money on. And the Figure Arts line is long gone, and I just don't care about Bandai America's current offerings. So Hasbro kind of stepping up and releasing a collector line is something I'm actually really interested in. So we saw at this particular convention the reveal of the White Ranger figure, and I mean, we all knew that the first figure they were going to show was definitely going to be a Jason David Frank. It was going to be a Tommy figure, and I mean, come on, he sells the most, so I'm not too surprised there. I think it looks pretty solid. We can see that they're definitely going for a Marvel Legends style of action figure. Paint apps look pretty solid. There are a ton of, in particular, very small details on this figure. Most notably, I think, is the fact that the helmet shows, at least in the prototype figure, and then in some of the smaller shots and some of the videos they've released, they actually have the helmet clasps on the helmet, which I don't think has ever been done on a figure before, or at least not an American figure. So that looks pretty amazing. They come with photoreal actor likenesses, so you're going to get a Jason David Frank style head with this particular figure, and then we're going to get the weaponry. We're going to get effect pieces. There's at least one effect, like kind of a blast effect type looking thing for this particular figure, something to do with Saba, I'm sure, but it just looks, in general, it looks a lot better than Bandai's offering. This is going to be more in the 6-inch scale, so Bandai stuff was just way too big. Bandai stuff has always routinely had the problem of superheroing the Rangers and making them big and beefy and bulky, and that's not what Power Rangers is. The people in suits are smaller Japanese men and women. They don't look like that. And the toys have never really reflected screen accuracy, so they're going for the screen accurate look, and I think they kind of made a bit of a jab at Bandai by saying that. So in general, I think this figure looks pretty solid. I really want to see more of a finished sample. Obviously, this was a prototype, so I'm not really going to judge the way this particular figure looks because it's still very early. It's not a production piece by any means, but this is promising. I think it looks really cool. I am curious what other folks have to say about this for sure, so definitely let me know what you guys are thinking. So we know for sure that this is going to be an anthology style line, and what that seems to mean is that they're going to pull from every corner of the Power Rangers universe to make this line. So it's not going to be half of MMPR and half of Turbo in one wave. It's going to be Jason David Frank as the White Ranger, and then you're going to get, you know, Turbo Blue, and then you'll get Dino Thunder White, or you might get, you know, something from Ninja Steel or something like that. They're going to pull all over the place, so we'll get a lot of different figures. So we'll see stuff like Mystic Force, or, you know, Power Rangers Jungle Fury, things like that that haven't had these kind of figures before. We'll see them brought into this line, so it might take a while to get the actual team built, but I'm kind of okay with that. I know a lot of folks have had questions about Build-A-Figures, and I don't really know about that. They didn't give any indication that I know of that Build-A-Figures were going to be a thing. Frankly, for them offering this figure at 20 bucks with all the stuff it comes with, I'm not so sure Build-A-Figures are necessary, and if we do get them, I don't want them to be Megazords like Bandai did. I want them to be villains. You know, I need a 6-inch scale Pudgy Pig, for example. I need that. I think that where this line really needs to succeed is in their villains. We need a Lord Zedd. That's just point blank. You need Lord Zedd. It's a license to print money. Get me a Finster. Get me stuff like that. You know, get me a Rito Revolto. Get me a Rita Repulsa, obviously. A Scorpina, Goldar. Those figures would absolutely drive fans crazy. I know that's stuff that a lot of people have really wanted. So whether they do that as a Build-A-Figure aspect, which I think I'd be okay with, or if they make those, you know, their own thing, or they're going to be a deluxe figure every now and then, you know, that would be really cool as well. In terms of Megazords, I hope that they do not make them the Build-A-Figure. I don't need a 6-inch Megazord. I need a Bandai of Japan style Mecha Megazord. Bandai of America has long since destroyed their mecha line, as far as I'm concerned, the Zords, by making them their own thing, not using the BOJ molds, and I think that needs to change. I think we need to go back to that. Obviously, it's a higher price point. I don't know if it's going to happen, but that would be what I would want. So we have the 6-inch scale Rangers. We'd have some maybe deluxe villains, because they're going to have to figure out some way to share parts with those. I don't know how you share parts with a pudgy pig. That's not going to work. He's a big pig head. And then Megazords need to be their own thing. They need to be, you know, this tall, so tall that I can't put my hands on the screen right now. They need to be huge. They don't need to be in scale with the Rangers by any means. That'd be enormous. But we need some bigger scale Megazords, and if they're going to go crazy into this line, I mean, I think that's the way to win fans over, is to give us the teams that we really want. In time is fine, but give us those bigger Megazords. Give us that Japanese-style Megazord figure, and not the rinky-dink Zord builder stuff that Bandai of America has been doing. So, in general, I'm really, really excited for these. I think they look pretty solid based on this initial reveal. I mean, there's not a whole lot to go on still, but I think that it looks very, very promising. And as well as Marvel Legends is doing right now, I mean, they're killing it with Legends these days. If that's any indication, then we are gonna get the line we've waited for 25 years. It's only taken Bandai of America to finally give up, I guess. So yeah, that's kind of my thought process on these. I think they look pretty cool. We've got a solid prototype on display right now, and then, you know, some things that I want to see in this line. But for now, I'm really hopeful that Hasbro is going to deliver. I kind of expect they will. They've been firing on all cylinders a lot lately when it comes to 6-inch scale figures. So I'm really hopeful that they're going to kind of pull out all the stops and give us the Ranger series that we need and deserve and have been wanting forever. So let me know what you guys think down below. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. Catch you later.